what the company calls the farm quarters, which I'm guessing is like, there's a headquarters, there's a farm headquarters, this is the farm quarters. Where are you exactly?
Yeah, we're about an hour south of Seattle.
And what's going on there?
Lots of busyness here going on, just like Valentine's Day and Mother's Day, as you know. Been on here many times with you. Thank you for having me back, by the way. But just a lot of busyness, a lot of forecasting, making sure the orders are coming in. We're taking care of our customers well. All the normal Valentine's Day hubbub.
What we do know, though, is that people think Valentine's Day is the busiest day for you, but it's not. Mother's Day is a busier holiday, right?
Yeah, this is our warm up to Mother's Day.
Okay.
So it's good to have this one first. Mother's Day is about double the size of Valentine's Day for us.
Tell us about kind of what's going on behind the scenes. And I am curious, we are curious, is it busier than last year or, no, you are always such a great read on the consumer because I think about things like holidays is when, okay, we can find the money to spend. So give us an idea of what the consumer is doing this year, what they're buying, how much they're spending.
Yeah. It kind of falls in line with what you just said. We are seeing that people are spending a little bit more this year. Orders are up a little bit as well year over year, which we're really happy about. And they're spending more this year, which is also a great thing. Valentine's Day has always been kind of a high average order value, a high ticket item holiday for us. Mother's Day tends to be a little bit less. We get a lot more orders, but people spend a little bit less on their moms, unfortunately, than their lovers.
What are they buying this year?
Yeah, they're buying, we did a survey again. We hadn't done any surveying of our customers since before COVID. So we did a great survey this year that told, kind of gave us some more insights. Everything's kind of, changed a lot since COVID. So we wanted to see if we were still providing what customers wanted. And we found a lot of the same from before COVID and a little bit different. So it's a thought that counts. Our customers want their loved ones to really think about what they like, to know what flower, like their favorite flower. Like instead of a red rose, we did find, just like before COVID, not many women want true, just standard red roses.
No, we don't want it, guys. Get the message. Sorry.
Totally. You're so right, Carol. Women want a bright, mixed, beautiful bouquet. So that's what we're giving our customers, a lot of options on bright, beautiful bouquets. But since men are the consumer for this holiday, we also have to keep them happy. We found this many, many years ago, over a decade ago, when I was just kind of stumped with why the senders were not happy, but the recipients were. And so that was the first survey I ever did over a decade ago, and found that just what women and what men want are very different. So men want a red rose. So we're mixing red roses in with a lot of other flowers to give women what they want and men what they want when they order. But the main thing from our survey showed us that women really, and everyone really, not just women, want their partner to really think about the gifts they're giving. So if their favorite flower is a ranunculus, don't send a mixed bouquet. Send, the 40 stems of beautiful Hanoi ranunculus that we have on our site. So they just really want to feel like the person that they're with knows them really well.
What does it mean when there's a Saturday delivery? I think about that a lot. Is it better? Is it easier? Is it harder? How do consumers think about it?
Yeah, it's horrible. So, I'll just give it to you straight. It's really bad. The only day worse is Sunday. So next year is going to be great. So, when you're a company our size, which is small, we're a small business, we don't have the buying power that some of the giant companies have that have made consumers think that deliveries happen at, 11 p.m. on a Sunday even. That doesn't happen for companies outside of those, Goliath-sized companies that you think of with that. So, we can't get Sunday deliveries, and Saturday deliveries are tough. So not everybody lives in an urban enough place to receive deliveries on Saturdays, but the senders don't know that necessarily. So, we offer Saturday delivery. It's, we have it right now at the same price as is during the week. But there's a lot more risk on Saturdays that they're not going to make it there in time. So another thing we found in our survey is that this surprised us, actually. Women don't want to get the flowers on Saturday. They want to get them earlier in the week so they can enjoy them. And on the weekends, they have very full schedules. So they don't want to have to worry that they're sitting on their front porch freezing somewhere, if you're in parts of the United States where it's freezing right now. And the flowers aren't going to look good when they get home. So we found that most people wanted to get them early. We saw that in the orders too. Most people selected Friday for delivery. So now that timing's up. So now we're getting the people that might have slipped their minds and are ordering for Saturday delivery. But we're always on pins and needles like, oh, it's going to be a higher percent that don't make it in time on a Saturday.
Yeah, the last minute folks out there making the calls right now. Christina, in the past year when we had you on, you've spoken about tariffs because a lot of what ends up in these bouquets comes from outside of the United States. Just give us an update there and the way that you've shifted your supply chain or not, and how the bottom line has been affected.
Yeah, tariffs are definitely impacting a lot this year. In ways that people don't think about. And I wouldn't have thought about either. So this is no shade on anybody. I wouldn't have thought about this if I didn't have a flower company. But, flowers, they cost a lot more in the United States. So, all the tariffs on encouraging to bring back manufacturing and agriculture to the United States, it just doesn't have that impact. I understand the intention is there, but the impact isn't that way. Because what happens it's not just, the flowers themselves. So like when you're bringing in flowers from Europe or South America, which is a tremendous amount. I think the stat this year is 80% of the exports from Colombia came to the United States. I just saw this morning. So,
wow.
A lot are imported and you pay more for those imported flowers. But for U.S. grown flowers, you have all of the materials to grow those flowers. So the bulb prices have gone up so much. The fertilizers, everything that you're bringing in still to grow them here. And then on top of that, the land, the labor, everything here costs so much more. The insurance, the legals, everything here in the U.S. costs more. So, for instance, a good example, just to kind of break it down and
just quickly,
like a tulip. A tulip is, 3 to 4 times more expensive to buy it here in the U.S. We're still making that choice to buy tulips here.
Yeah.
Here in the U.S. to support the farms that we've worked with for a long time. But we could get them significantly cheaper if we imported them, even with the tariffs, because of what the farmers here are experiencing.
Wow.